Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here, and today we're taking a look at the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Now this is the touring trim, which is the entry-level trim here in Canada. So no more convenience. This is as basic as you can get. Updated body style, updated interior. It's a significant change. More SUV styling as opposed to the wagon. We still have 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance. The minimum wheel size that it comes with now is 18s, and you get those gray painted alloy wheels on all of the Tourings, regardless of the exterior color. And this is, of course, the crystal white pearl. You've got the cladding around the wheel arches, which is a la Subaru. They do that on everything. New front end, very reminiscent of the updated 25 and 26 Foresters with that boxy square flat front end, large grille, and they've split the headlights, the marker lights, and the turn signals there. Still get LED fog lights down below, which are forward facing, which is nice, but definitely a more aggressive look to the new Outback. Now the Touring is the only trim level in the Subaru Outback lineup to come with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine. So this is naturally aspirated, non-turbocharged, 180 horsepower, good balance of power and efficiency. It's much boxier than the previous generation, which leads to a much larger presence. Physical footprint isn't that different, but there's a ton of room inside. They've increased the size of the third windows with it being taller, boxier, much better visibility than before. Very similar to that of the Forester with those tall square windows. They've changed the roof rail setup. You no longer get the flip across crossbars. You get these roof rails and you get Thule bars or Yakima bars, something like that. And they're designed to hold more weight, which is nice. Subaru's added these lines across the bottom here so you can line up the crossbars with the help of someone else or by yourself. You can take your measurement. Tie downs are there. They all come with a sunroof, tilt and slide, so you cannot get an Outback now without a sunroof. We've got that painted piece here on the third window. I think we're going to see a lot of people put customization there, and it just kind of breaks up the long line of black all the way across that you would otherwise get. New taillights with these little marks in them. I know I read online that it says that they're measurements. I held a tape measure up to it and I just couldn't get it to line up exactly for centimeters or for inches, but I do really like the new look of it. Very, very boxy square rear end. We've got Subaru debossed into the rear bumper. You see a lot of brands doing that. We've got backup sensors integrated into the rear bumper. They'll actually apply the brakes if things are going to hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. The raised Outback lettering. Then to open it, pretty much right in line with the B is where the switch is. You can also do it from the key fob. And that opens into this cavernous storage area. It's much taller than the previous gen Outback, so that's a lot more storage. Cargo tray is standard equipment. We've got that sun, moon, mountains, river on the cargo tray, which is nice. I like the designs that they've done with a lot of the new cargo trays. There's still a little bit of a lip to contain any spills or wetness. We've got fold down hard mount physical tie downs located in each corner, which are great for securing awkward cargo. We've got a little storage cubby with a net there and a 12-volt power point for any charging needs. Now, something that a lot of people online have been, I don't want to say complaining about, but lamenting about, is they've gotten rid of the old style privacy cover where you just pull it across. Instead, we have this fabric one and magnets. So there's a couple different things you can do with this one. Easy to remove. There's hooks. You can create a hammock if you're holding stuff. And it's fairly easy to use. You can actually zipper it all up together, but arrangement guide. It shows you kind of what it's supposed to be used as. And I think the step cover is probably going to be the best one. And that's where you connect that to the tie downs. And you sit on the bumper. As you can see, if you tried to sit there, you'd get your pants or your butt wet on that. And if you're out in the outdoors, that may be something you're doing. We've got grocery bag hooks on either side. We have the ability to fold the seats down. And obviously it depends how far back that front seat's reclined, but you can dramatically increase the amount of storage you have in the Outback. Like, there's a ton, especially you take this hammock style one out, and this is easy to remove, and it is zippered, as I mentioned. So you can put it into its own little package, which is nice. Got the little Outback Easter eggs up top, showing you what you can carry. We've got our power buttons. You can lock and close, you can pull down, you can do it from the key fob. electric struts in the second row. These seats fold up one-handed. And the idea behind this plastic piece here is you can put the seat belt in it, and that way when you fold the seats down, it doesn't end up here and end up getting closed in that, which is nice. You can also fold it just by pulling that. Now, I guess it was trying to close on the owner's manuals because they come with both the French and the English here quite a bit. But yeah, up one-handed. Obviously depends how far forward that headrest has put itself. A little harder to do one-handed there, but lots of headroom, lots of leg room. There's a lot more room in the second row of the new 26 Outback than the previous gen. I say that it's comparable, if not slightly more, than the Foresters, and the Forester Volvo has excellent second row room. Cloth is not an option in the new Outbacks. You get the StarTech Soft Touch all-weather upholstery, non-perforated, easy to wipe down, perfect for those with an active lifestyle, kids or pets. Fold-down armrest with cup holders. Got easy access to the latch system, the lower anchors and tethers for children there. If you want to recline the seats, got it on the rear left hip for the driver's side and on the right-hand hip for the passenger side. We have matte back pockets on the backs of both front seats. Single pocket on the Touring. Every other one has 3. We've got vents out of the center console in addition to USBs that are illuminated there for charging. Got a textured step if you're going to be loading anything onto the roof, which is nice. The reason they have that, and they don't want you standing on the tire, is the tire sits well inside the fender. You're going to get more of your foot on that than you are on the tire. And you're right at the back of the rack system here. You'll end up leaning, potentially putting yourself in a precarious situation, and Subaru doesn't want that. They're all about safety. Below that, we have this little black slot, and that's what this extra side impact crash safety bar, that little silver I-beam, locks into, and that's designed to stop intrusion into the passenger cab in the event of a side collision. The door card is soft touch, as is the armrest, which is nice. They've gotten rid of most of the piano black, and we've got this brushed gray plastic and our auto window switch. All 4 power windows are auto, which is uncommon to see in a vehicle today. Below that, we've got a large felted bottle holder, so it stops things from like kind of banging around. Like if it was plastic, you put bolts or kids put rocks in it, it's gonna make less noise, which is nice. And then if you need it, you do have access to the child lock. Important to note, this side is not tied to that side. You have to do them individually. Up front, it is an intelligent key. If you have the key on your person, you simply put your hands in the handle, it'll unlock. To lock it, we've got those lines, you just simply touch them. And again, the key has to be within 46 inches and the vehicle can't be running. Front door card is soft touch, as is the armrest, just like the rear. More of that brushed gray, and then all 4 auto window controls with window lock. We do have a little bit of storage down below, along with a large bottle holder, and still felted, which is nice. The driver's seat is power, including lumbar, and it's the same seating material, the StarTech Soft Touch all-weather upholstery in the front. And these seats are the seats that have been borrowed from the Crosstrek and the Forester. You get less vibration and harshness transmitted from the road through the tires, through the body, and into you through these seats. Subaru beefed up the foam. Very, very comfortable. The bolsters hold you really nicely. You're less fatigued at the end of a day of driving in these seats, and that results in more alert drivers and less accidents. We've got tilt and slide sunroof, as I mentioned. On the inside here, the dash is still soft touch. We've got the button to open the rear hatch, scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. And on the steering wheel, it's a leather wrap steering wheel, which is nice. Heated, which is the best thing ever this time of year. It's a little chilly out today. And on the left-hand side, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls. You can accept calls, hang up calls, issue voice commands, or access Google Assistant or Siri through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Volume, hold will change our gauges, our dash, which is nice. So you can kind of customize it to what you want. This little toggle here will change our little information screen in the bottom left, depending what you want to look at. And then, of course, source switches from AM to FM to satellite to Bluetooth, whatever music source it is, switch between presets, go to the next song. Right-hand side, we have our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. Both of those use these 3 black boxes, those color stereo EyeSight cameras, to scan the road ahead, looking for cyclists, road lines, pedestrians, and other vehicles. And actually, speaking of scanning the road ahead, visibility, like, it's amazing. It's fantastic. Of course, it's going to depend how you sit in the vehicle. And to go with that, we do have blind spot detection indicators on each of the side mirrors. Those little nubs will illuminate orange on the corresponding side when someone's in your blind spot. And I'm just gonna turn it off and turn it on. So it illuminates like so to let you know when someone's in your blind spot or is going to be in your blind spot momentarily. Now, with the EyeSight, when I turn on cruise, I get an image at the top. You see the bars, you see the cruise, so I just turned it off, turned it on. 4 bars indicates the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you will follow at if you catch up while using cruise. So if you're going 110, you catch up to someone going 100 kilometers an hour, you will slow down, and at 4 bars, you will follow at a distance of approximately 150 to 180 feet. So a good distance. If you want to follow closer, each time you press the down arrow, it changes. Increase the distance, press up. 4 is the max, and it's a ratio. Lane centering here, turn that on, and that's the top right, off, on. So above 60 kilometers an hour, if the EyeSight cameras can see the road lines, those gray lines on either side of the Outback will illuminate white. When you're using it in combination with cruise, it will actually give you gentle steering input to keep you centered in your lane. Way less fatigued at the end of a day of driving using this. Didn't think I would care for it myself. It's amazing. Now, you can't accidentally just have lane centering on. You have to have cruise turned on. You don't have to have it activated, but you have to have it turned on to access that. Turn off cruise, it turns off both, which is nice. We have X mode here. They've removed a button from in the screen or on the center console. They've put X mode, which is like 4 low in a pickup. There, for the rough stuff. Most people are never going to need to use it, but it does take a very capable vehicle and make it more capable, which is nice. And then we have paddle shifters, upshift and downshift. You can manually select your own gears with the automatic CVT if you'd like. This is a big change. We've got a horizontal tablet style screen. It's changed from the 11.6, your 12.1 or 12.3. I can't remember. One of these is 12.1, one of them is 12.3. So a lot of screen in here. And you may have noticed a little red light up there. That is the driver focus system. It is trying to scan me in, and while you're behind the wheel, it will tell you if you're distracted or drowsy, if you're not paying attention. And you can set in a driver profile if you'd like. But the screen, very, very responsive, easy to work through, fairly quick, which is nice. I'm a big fan of it. It's a nice improvement. Put it in reverse. Shows you the top of the bumper there. Rear assist braking's on. Parking sensors are on. And of course, you can still clean the backup camera. Oh, I'm out of washer fluid. You can see bottom left there, out of washer fluid. But you just twist and hold this towards yourself. If you'll watch one of my other Outback videos, you'll see it does clean the camera. And of course, as you inch the angle of the steering wheel, those orange lines move, show you where you're going to end up when you get close to things in reverse, which is nice. And of course, the backup sensors will start beeping at you. I do like that we still have a physical volume knob. I miss having a physical tuning knob. I think that is something that Subaru missed the boat on. But it is still easy to navigate through. There's voice commands for checking or changing radio station, selecting a radio station. And of course, you've got your scan buttons. Below that, 4 ways, which I hope none of you ever need to use. And then of course, vents, soft touch, semi-soft touch. The top of the dash here is semi-soft touch. We've got phone storage here. So on the older Outbacks, it's very, very shallow. This is fairly deep. You can actually put a phone. And we have a cable minder here. So if you're charging your phone off one of the 2 USBs here, it's not in the way. We have physical buttons and dials for climate, which is nice. I know a lot of people are a fan of that. It is still dual zone. Fan strength buttons, physical. Change the airflow, physical. It's all easy to use. 3 stages of heated seats with the StarTech seating material. Heats up very, very quickly, which is nice. Back windows, mirror, windshield wiper deicers. Then we've got our wireless charger down here, which is nice. Center console, this is where they kept piano black, but we still have brushed gray here as well with the cup holders, which are quite nice. Manual mode. And then we have some physical buttons here. We have the ability to disable auto start stop. We can enable auto vehicle hold, which is a brake holder for construction, drive through rush hour traffic. And we have the ability to disable traction control should we need to. And you get that orange light down there at the bottom. And pretty much anything in Subaru's world, anything in orange on the dash indicates that something is either disabled or caution. So you can see bottom left, out of washer fluid. It's cold out. It's below 4 degrees Celsius. We've got that little eye up top there. And using the hold button here, it tells me I'm low on washer fluid. So there's no guessing what that alert is, which is nice. Parking brake, you pull up to activate. If my foot is not on the brake and I push down, it tells me to depress the brake pedal, foot on the brake and push down, and it shuts off, which is nice, easy to use. We've got our 12-volt power point. little bit of storage. This is kind of awkward to access, but it is nice to have additional storage there. A soft touch armrest and a decent amount of storage in there. There is a place to run cables through, but no power points in there. Again, I think Subaru kind of dropped the ball on that. Up top, my favorite feature in any vehicle ever, auto dimming rearview mirror. No switch to flick if someone's got their brights on behind you, just automatically dims. My favorite thing ever. This does have the HomeLink system. You've got 3 separate garage doors there. You can hook, or garage door opener buttons there. You can hook up to 3 doors too here. You don't have to carry a bulky visor opener with you, which I'm a huge fan of. And then we've got the integrated compass there. Above that, we've got our SOS and roadside assistance. That's part of the MySubaru Connected Services trial. Map lights. We've got our sunroof controls, tilt and slide, the door light switch, and then we've got our sunglass storage. Now, this is a manual shade. If you open the glass, it will drag this back. I like the texture that they've done on the headliner. I know that's kind of something that's weird to focus on, but it is nice. Of course, tilt and slide. We've got our card holders, our mirror with lights, and our visor extenders if the sun's directly at our left or at our passenger's right. So thank you for sticking with me and watching my quick walkthrough of the 2026 Subaru Outback Touring. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, something you saw in the video that you're curious about, put it in the comments below. Love hearing from everyone who's watched my videos. If you're looking for a car, please reach out. I would love to help you find your perfect Subaru. I'm in northern British Columbia, so if you're willing to make the trip, that'd be great. We can also arrange shipping. And I will give you guys that final 360 walk around of the 2026 Subaru Outback Touring in the crystal white pearl. 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder, boxer engine, 180 horsepower. A lot more headroom than the previous gen. You do sit at a higher position. Different body style with amazing visibility. And these are very, very planted on the road. They feel very, very solid. So thank you for watching, everyone. I look forward to talking with you all soon.